If you're interested in learning to trade on Betfair, then visit the BetAngel Academy, where you have detailed, structured Betfair trading courses. Or why not visit our website where you can download a free trial of BetAngel Professional, but also visit the forum where you can get detailed images, examples, and downloadable files. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon if you want notification of new videos as they're released.
So we're looking at this market here, and there are a few things I'd like to point out. If you look at the favourite on the left, can you see how the volume is shaped? It's basically peaking at around 248, 250 and tailing off in either direction there. There's not much been matched above or below this, so this is giving me an indication that the market can't decide which way it's going to go, and when it does go one way, we'll sort of typically expect this to be reasonably decisive. The third favourite, you can see the price has obviously been coming in a fair bit, and it's come down but not gone beyond 4, so that's obviously some sort of point of support within the market. We'll be having a keen watch on that to see if it breaks 4. And if we look at the second favourite, we can see that that has drifted a fair bit, and there's a fair amount of money matched at 325. So when we're looking at getting involved in the market, we're sort of saying, well, third favourite's being backed, second favourite's drifting. We're not totally sure of where the favourite's going to go, but we would explore that further, look at the graphs, get an understanding of where we think it's going to go, because when it does go, a break will probably be significant. So we go into the market and we start establishing a position, and we're going to establish that position at 325. And the reason that we're doing that is because we don't know where the favourite's going to go. We know where the third favourite is going to go, and we've noticed that it's sort of reached 4 and won't go any further. So this feels like the sort of safest place to open a position in the market. I don't particularly understand where we think the favourite's going to go. We'll need to look for evidence of that, either some backing or some laying. The drift on the second favourite has been fairly convincing by the amount of money that's been matched on it. And we could back the third favourite, but it stopped at 4, and therefore maybe we want to lay it at 4. Maybe that would be an option for us, but the reason that I've chosen the second favourite here is simply because it looks like the safest place within the market to open a position. So when you open a position in the market, you'll have in mind a stake that you're willing to use. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm slowly establishing my position. You notice that I won't put large amounts of money in one go. I'm trying to work within how much activity there is in the market, and I'm really looking at the market from the perspective of sort of saying, well, how much will it take, how easily can I get out if it all goes wrong. So I'm trying to pitch my stake at a level where if things go wrong I can get out without too much damage. So I need to strike that balance between getting a decent amount on, but also making sure that I don't overstake, because then I'm obviously going to have to take a loss to get out. So I want to be to feed those positions back into the market. So I'm looking at odds of 4. You can see the price has drifted from 2.5. It's on its way out, and I'm sort of saying, well, it could go all the way back to 4. So I'm not going to guess exactly where it's going to come out. What I'm going to do, and you've seen me do this before, is put in a load of trades above where the current price action is. And the idea is to sort of say, well, you know what, it's headed up here somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where. It'd be great if it gets all the way to 4, but who cares? As long as we've got some positions in the market, that's the most important thing to us. It usually makes sense to weight the volume towards your exit volume towards where the current price activity is, because that is much more likely to get matched. The further out you go, the less likely it is to get matched, but that's our closing position. So you can see we've put our closing trades in here. We think the price is going to go up there somewhere, and we hopefully are going to get some of those filled. But what we're doing is we're framing the trade. We're looking above where the current price activity is, and we're also looking below, because we're sort of saying that's our gap to a potential loss, and how comfortable do we feel. And if we look at the favourite, you can see it's been flat for a while, but there's been a little bit of backing activity now, so that increases our confidence, and we can either speed up the exit or slow down the exit depending upon how confident we are that we're going to get those things matched. So a back order went in on the favourite at 226 there. You may want to rewind the video and have a look at that, but we're comfortable with our position in the market, because as these orders get matched, it's less and less likely that we will make a loss. So we're just feeding in orders gradually here, and it's a case of gradually feeding in all of your closing position into the market, but also keeping an eye on the clock, and also keeping an eye on what's going on with the favourite, because we can see the favourite received some backing support at 226, so we're looking for some more evidence that that could occur. But also look at the third favourite. It went to about 4, and it's never really revisited there, and it seems to be building volume at 4, 4.5. So again, to reiterate, if we take a snapshot of where we are at the moment, second favourite's continuing to drift. The third favourite is not punching below 4 definitely, and is stuck at 4.5, but we are seeing backing activity on the favourite. There's been a wave of back bets on the favourite. So we weren't sure when we started this what was going to happen with the favourite, but we can see that there's been backing activity, and that's helping send the price of the second favourite out. So we're getting towards the top of where this is traded. You can see that it's never traded above 4, and it's curious because in the market people seem to like round numbers. There's no logic for it. We can see the third favourite stopped at 4, and the second favourite could very well drift towards 4 and maybe no further. You can see a little bit getting matched there at 4.1. But what we're doing is we're taking out our position at this particular point. It's gone as far as we really want to see that it could have possibly go. It may actually rebound slightly, and then we're just going to take our position out at this particular point. So we've ended up with about £100 net trade value on that particular trade. So we saw in the end quite a sharp move on that second favourite, a little bit sharper than you'd typically expect, but that's why we hurried to exit our order, because generally it bounced back. But we also saw a decent amount of backing activity on the favourite. If you look on the bottom here, you can see the volume and the volume spikes that helped pull that favourite in. So we went for the second favourite because we felt a little bit more certain about the potential on the second favourite. Weren't sure what was happening on the favourite. It saw some backing which sent the second favourite out, and the third favourite went nowhere. It was a nice little trade.